Hey guys, this is Jeff Belzer and you're watching Living Coastal in Ventura. Today we're going to go over one of the most iconic neighborhoods in Ventura. We call this neighborhood Midtown as it's right between the beach, hillside, and its proximity to downtown. When people think of Ventura, this is the neighborhood that they imagine themselves living in. If you could do me a favor and please click the subscribe button, we'd appreciate that. Also, I am a licensed realtor here in Ventura County, but also anywhere in the state. And if you want to do business in real estate anywhere in the United States or the globe, I work for Sotheby's International Realty, and we are a global network. So I can hand you off from person to person for someone who can take good care of you, whether you're buying or selling. So without any further ado, what we're going to do today is we're going to look at the boundaries of what makes Midtown. We're going to talk about the architectural design of what the eclecticness of the Midtown homes. We're also going to talk about the shopping and amenities that are nearby and walkable. We'll talk about the proximity and go into some other really cool details about Midtown. So to start it off, we have some footage off of Crispin Street, which is Cafe Nouveau is located on. It's this really great French restaurant. And right along Crispin, make a right on Thompson and go down San Juan Street, you end up right on the sand. It's Ventura State Beaches. So traveling north up San Juan, up to Crispin, and then up to either Cemetery Park or Hobson Heights would be the westernmost border of Midtown. Now traveling along from Poli to Foothill through and past the high school is about the northernmost end of Midtown. Seaward goes right through the middle, and then you've got two main thoroughfares, Main Street and Thompson, that go from east to west, west to east, respectively. Now the very east side would go from Lemon Grove right up to Mills, past the mall, and up towards Loma Vista. And that is pretty much Midtown. In all of these four quadrants, it separates different neighborhoods, and in these different neighborhoods, they have different appeal. For instance, the Island Streets are a great neighborhood, family friendly, but we tend to have a little bit more retirees. It's a little closer in walking distance to either the beach or to restaurants along Thompson or Main Street. And then we tend to have a little bit more leaning towards the family side on the east side of Seaward, places like Brent Street, Homer. These other streets, they typically have the white picket fences, little bungalows with some craftsman flair. The Spanish style tend to be on the island streets like San Clemente, Santa Cruz, Coronado. Now, as you make your way up towards Poli or Foothill, the values tend to go up also. They're closer to downtown. They start to have some elevations with some views and a little bit more atmosphere. Now, while everyone wants to be in Midtown, there still are some pockets that can be less desirable. And people will often, to get a better price, will choose to just to be in Midtown to buy in some of these areas. If you're down on Channel, you literally can back up right to the railroad. Noise pollution, you've got a high density housing, but it's still considered Midtown. So these homes might sell for 5 or 10% less, but it might offer someone an in versus living on the east end. There's some great restaurants that run up and down or west and east on both Main Street and on Thompson. On Thompson, one of the newest additions is Ventura Music Hall. What's really great about Ventura Music Hall is this business. They started out doing festivals and they started opening up locations. They are very into the communities that they go into. They incorporate art, local musicians, but they're also able to get these really big headliners in a really intimate setting because they have so many venues. They're able to book them for multiple shows. This is good for the artists themselves, their agents, and the industry. So Ventura Music Hall is a super plus for all of Ventura County, but especially for the Midtown neighborhood. We also have, as I mentioned before, we've got Prime Steakhouse, which is a really upscale restaurant. It's got a nice long bar, but it also has a great sit-down fine dining, great customer service and hospitality, and an excellent menu with a real chef. We also have all levels. We have grab-and-go burritos with both locations at Corrales. If you want sit-down Mexican food, we've got Cafe de Soria, what you call a clean dive bar known as the Bench Warmer, which was revitalized during COVID, has opened up, and it's really been kind of the place of choice for some just really good open space. They've got indoor-outdoor area, a couple pool tables, and a long bar, and that's it. A couple quick coffee shops would be Prospect, which would actually be downtown, but still close enough to the border of Midtown. You've also got Singing Sun. There's a couple Greek restaurants. We've got Jew's Market for some quick grab and go, but then we've also got Stevens for some really nice sit down as well. With all the varying, restaurants, food options, there's also some really great shopping as well. When it comes to home design, we like House of Rio, Madison Nicole, and there's a variety of other furniture shops as well. Being in Midtown, because it's so desirable, it definitely gets puffed up in price. So it's going to sell 10 to 20% higher than both the east and west side. And its nicest homes actually equal values to Hillside and to the beach as entry-level homes in both of those neighborhoods. What's really great about Midtown is that through the last reset, while maybe 50-60% of the homes might have been, termite infested and falling down, they've mostly been revitalized. So it's very hard to find a fixer. You might find something clean and dated in Midtown, but it's very hard to find a fixer. A lot of times people come to us as realtors wanting location. They're willing to pay a lesser price for a fixer. The fixers aren't there. And to tell you the truth, you're actually better off paying for something done with today's high rates in inflation and high demand of contractors. You're actually going to pay more for a fixer by the time you're done doing the full remodel. So it's really great to find something that's priced right, that's already had the renovation done. And you're going to be finding prices. Let's see, we're in May of 2023. You'll find prices in Midtown maybe starting at $850 on a less desirable street, going all the way up to 1.2 or 1.4 if they have a second unit, a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, for instance. Most of the homes in both the West End and in Midtown are mostly 2-1s. So if you're going to get a 3-2 or 4-2, someone has done an addition at some point in time. So it's really great to buy those properties already renovated that have all of the amenities and all the utilities that you could want and need. So when you talk about real estate anywheres, even if people do not have kids or children, they're always interested in, is it close to schools? Is it close to hospitals? Because these things being close to these amenities and or grocery stores, they really bring the value up. So you want to be buying into a place that is going up. Now, because it's between hillside luxury and beach homes and it's close to downtown, it's super desirable, but it's actually right in the middle of a whole bunch of schools. We have Blanche Reynolds Grade School. We have Cabrillo Middle School. We also are bordered by Ventura High School. And if you go a little bit further north, you're right at VC, which is the Ventura College. We've got a couple of hospitals. We've got County and Community Memorial. They're almost right across the street from each other on Loma Vista. So almost right across the street from Cafe Nouveau is Barista 29. That was sold through Sotheby's. Those have all sold, so retail only now if someone decides to sell. But there's still 6 units left, a couple doors down at the Pearl. There's about 6 units left. These have ocean views. They're starting at about 1.1 and everything from 3-bedroom, 2-bath to 4-bedroom, 3-bath, luxury townhomes and condos. Also, we had done a video called Via San Clemente, and it features House of Rio design of the Via San Clemente building. I believe there's 9 units available, but only 6 now. 3 have already sold. And these units are really spectacular because of their elevation from Midtown. They have views that no one could have imagined before. Not only are you getting close to the water, ocean views from an elevated Midtown, but you get this wraparound view or side to side, north to south view where you get hillside like landmarks like Two Trees, the Cross, and Taylor Ranch. You get all of these great, beautiful features, especially with these great rains that we had in these plush green hills and blue ocean waters and the Channel Islands off the horizon. In the island streets, we actually did our first home flip maybe about 5 years ago. And it was really interesting because Meet Kevin, a fellow YouTuber, super popular, he had actually done a video on the home before my investor and I had purchased the property. And then while we were doing it, another investor told me about the video. I looked at the video, looked at the math. It was helpful, but he did a video about how, I stole it from him. And it was just a comical thing, but really it was about our aggressiveness to get in and make a deal. It looked at the time like it was a perfect deal to either buy to fix and flip, to wholesale out, or to flip. And the reason we chose to flip it is because we hadn't done one before. I'd done plenty of wholesaling deals, had done plenty of real estate, but we really wanted the experience of flipping a house and doing it. And we really did it to the nines. We probably overdid it, but because I'm from here and I was going to be living here, and because I was watching this neighborhood grow, we really wanted it to be on an elevated level. And because it was a corner house, we wanted it to show this entry into the neighborhood. It's very important that those corner homes that represent the whole street, that they are embellished, that the landscaping is nice and plush, and everything looks good and clean, because it really tells a story about the street that you're going to go into. So if you guys are watching this video, it's a great reference to reference our West End or Ventura Avenue video to compare it. Midtown tends to sell about 10 to 20% higher than the West End, and it's also further along in either its gentrification or its revitalization of the commercial properties therein. If you're looking for hillside, we also have a hillside versus beaches video, and we have a specialty video on one of our Faria properties. So in the city of Ventura, we actually have a couple beach communities, but as we go up through the county towards Santa Barbara or Carpinteria, there's actually these really specific little beach communities, of anywhere from 30 to 50 homes each, totaling about 350 homes along the beaches from Ventura to Carpinteria, in about 5 different neighborhoods. So please check out our video on that. Remember to click the subscribe button. I am a licensed realtor. You can DM me, look up the email, shoot a phone call or a text. I am here to work with you. You are watching Jeff Belzer at Living Coastal in Ventura.